The thing I love most about Feldenkrais is the two-way sensitivity. It's a two-way street from the start. Meeting a person where they are without imposing anything upon them, watching people learn about themselves and seeing that spark in their eye that just comes out naturally when they're expressing potential they didn't realize they had when they came in.
And I'm interested in learning more about.
I notice a sort of a more upright kind of confidence in my body. Some of the movements will bring in a sort of a really natural warmth in my body, and it's quite amazing. It's quite cool. Yeah.
The one-on-ones are great for those who need specific support with a sport they're training for, with a recent injury they've had that still troubles them, with a long-standing condition that no one seems to know how to affect, for repetitive strain injury using a mouse or cutting hair. The amount of time that I spend listening with my hands to where a person exists is 60% of a session. And there's a certain difference about that kind of touch compared to an imposing. Now the left knee will move a little bit, and that's okay.
It's quite powerful and it's very subtle at the same time. So I find that afterwards I'm noticing more about how I move, and I usually move much more gently. Feels more like I'm inhabiting my body more.
I had been an athlete up until I went to uni at age 17, but I had that background and all of those experiences. I survived the car accident and realized that I didn't have the same dexterity that I did before that crash. I learned how to regain movement through Feldenkrais and making the movements very small, done with awareness and with what my capabilities are, as opposed to looking at deficiencies and trying to fix them. Starting with where I have options, they naturally overflow into places that may have been less clear. And then more and more of what I can do, I'm able to do. In other words, more than just the knees are moving, your legs.
And noticed a real difference and different changes in parts of my body, or what was moving it or what was driving it, and made me think a lot more of just tiny subtleties that, to be quite honest, I've never really thought of that before.
Back to the ground, just like in the body scan. Feldenkrais was founded by Moshe Feldenkrais after he injured his knee and wanted to resume playing soccer. He was a physicist, an engineer, and a judo expert who took time out once he heard that surgery would have a 50-50 chance of helping him. So he looked at children. How do they learn how to go from where they are to what they become? And he created a similar learning environment for himself, where he didn't have an attachment to outcome. He was willing to listen to sensations and be responsive to them, and accumulated his notes over time.
We often don't really think about what's happening in our bodies and how our body's operating. So I like the way Feldenkrais connects your thinking to who and what you are as a being, and what's happening in your body and how you actually do things.